Hi everyone, it's me, Wade, that mobile home guy, coming to you from the other side of the stop sign where pizza delivery fears to go. And we all know how brave they are for that $2 tip. Alrighty, so first I want to say I'm really sorry this is late again. I meant to put this out a couple weeks ago. I was heading off for Disney World and I had a lot to do. And this was one of those things, as John Lennon said, life is what happens while you're making other plans, and things just kept coming up, getting in the way. And I went to Disney World for a week, so that put that out. Anyway, and I'm going to come back to that because it's important. Also at Disney World, I got a great, big, huge sunburn everywhere. So if you see me scratching like crazy, it's not because I have fleas. You can't see it, but I'm peeling everywhere. Anyway, getting back on track. I'm a great, big, huge believer in self-education. When I was a little kid, PBS ran an ad saying that knowledge is power and learning is a lifelong quest, and I took that to heart. I'm always trying to learn new things, and I go back and relearn things that I already know by different authors or different presenters, because the way I see it is that the emotional state that you're in when you read something or you learn something can affect your interpretation. And if you're in a different emotional state when you go to relearn it, you'll understand it from a different perspective, which will give you a different layer of understanding. Plus, the second time you read it's easier to understand because you're not grasping onto new concepts. And anyway, so that's what this comes to, because I was listening to a podcast, and it's actually a pretty clever way to do things. The guy runs a website where he sells a program. So, basically saying, hey, buy my program, you can retire in 5 years investing in real estate. And the podcast is basically people use his program and then they're able to retire, and he calls them and basically they explain how they use the program and how it was successful for them and they were able to retire. And his program is that you buy 9 homes in 5 years. Okay, sounds pretty reasonable, Let me get you down to the brass tacks of this. So I'm listening to this podcast, and the guy basically buys 1 house the first year, 2 houses each year after that, for a total of 5 years, bringing us to 9 houses. And he says, yeah, my passive income is now $2,300 a month. And, they congratulate him and all that stuff. And I start kind of thinking in the back of my head, I'm like, $2,300 a month. Where's this guy live? I'm from California, where everything costs the earth in like 3 generations, So, I'm fortunate that I live where the cost of living is relatively low. However, the income is in proportion to that. But still, even here, that's not going to go very far. And then I kind of start going, that's buying houses, and realistically speaking, what's that come out to? And it comes out to $255.55 a month, on average per house, which, if you research stick-built investing, you're really happy to get $200 a month cash flow. I started wondering about mobile home investing compared to this, and there's this thing with mobile home investing. It happens with real estate too, but stick-built homes, I should say, to where the first time you go through it, you're kind of apprehensive because you really don't know if you're doing it right. The second time, because you've been through it before, it's a little easier. The third time, you're like, well, this isn't that hard. And the fourth time, it just explodes. Just if you go through the forums and all that stuff, you're going to keep reading people who start off going, eek, I don't know what to do. And after their 4th or 6th mobile home, they're like, yeah, I'm purchasing 1 mobile home a month. And then you never hear from them again because they're financially successful. They don't need to be on the forum because they know what they're doing. Every now and then you'll have somebody who's successful who come back. I like to go on the Creative Real Estate Investing, and like I said, there's a guy there in Florida who only buys mobile homes that are $2,000, and then he sells them for $2,000 down and collects $200 a month for 3 to 5 years, depending on how nice the mobile home is. So hey, it's pretty good. And there's another guy that he started investing, and he just needed to compensate his retirement because his pension got cut. The stock started paying less dividends and stuff like that, and he bought mobile homes, and he just the bug bit him. And at 20, his wife told him he had to get a property management group, and he's at like 120 the last post that I saw. In like 7 states. He loves it. If it's not uncommon for that to happen. I mean, you got to live in a really tough area, from what I've been reading, to have a hard time finding mobile homes. I'm going to get into this in a minute, but like where I live, not trying very hard, just checking Craigslist, the newspapers, and the classified papers, like the Thrifty, Nickel, and Penny Saver, about every 3 to 4 months, I can find a mobile home in my sweet spot. Using this guy's program, so to speak, let me show you how this stacks up against mobile home investing. Okay, so the first year you're really new at this, and you buy your first mobile home, and using his numbers, your passive income is $255.55 a month, which, where I live, pays the electric bill. Then the second year, because, you've been through it, you start doing the lazy thing, checking Craigslist and the newspapers and the classified papers, and so you purchase 4. Now you got 5 mobile homes, and your passive income is $1,022.20, which, hey, that's pretty good. That pays your your house payment. You got money for pizza and beer. The third year you purchased 6 more, because you're cruising the internet, going through the Thrifty, Nickel, the Penny Saver, your newspaper, and then on the way to the market or to your friend's house or whatever, you go ride the speed bumps through a mobile home park. It's not that hard, right? So you purchase 6, and that brings us up to 11, and now your passive income is $2,811.05. See where I'm going with this? In the fourth year, because you're just being lazy, you only buy 6, and now you've got 17, and your passive income is $4,344.35. In the 5th year, you purchase another 6, just because you're lazy, you're not applying yourself, and we'll say that you got a full-time job, and it's really hard to get time away from work to look for mobile homes, even though it can help you retire. Your passive income is $5,877.65. See what I mean? Now there is part of this that we're ignoring, because basically that investor investing in the stick-built homes, he's got 9 stick-built homes, and he's building equity. As they pay off, and part of that goes towards the mortgage, he'll be able to refinance and either go on vacation or purchase another investment, which at that rate I would buy more, but that's just me. The other thing, and they don't go into this in the podcast, and I can't go into it enough, if you use what I use, when you purchase your 3-bedroom 2-bath mobile home, you sell it on payments for whatever a 2-bedroom 1-bath apartment's going for in your area. Like where I live, a 2-bedroom 1-bath apartment goes for $750. Take away the lot rent and say it's a really nice mobile home park, that's $200, which leaves you $550. And you're using the program that I've got, to where you got 10 months to repay the mobile home, and we got half the money up front, so we're taking off $300 off of every payment, leaving us $250. After 10 months it pops up to $550. But it's one of the things, if you follow finance the way I do, that there's a lot of chatter about interest rates just skyrocketing in the future. I mean, in the next 4 quarters, they really expect them to go up a lot. It's why bonds aren't selling. And because rents are connected to interest rates, one of my cats is like, I want to be petted, and I want to be petted now, damn it. It's not unrealistic that this guy's got houses that are renting out for $255 a month, and that next year they won't be up to $355 a month. Now, using this, because you're purchasing one new mobile home in the second year, every 3 months you're buying another mobile home. If rents are going up and you're using what I'm using, then instead of $750, maybe they go up to $850. In the next 3 months that you're looking for your deal, rents go up again. Well, boom, you do it again, and it just keeps going. So to where he's kind of stuck in for wherever he's at. Every time you're going to sell, with a lease to own, rent to own, you're keeping pace with whatever the rates are. So you don't have to worry about getting screwed out of any money, or how they've got like a 6-month lease or a 1-year lease, and you've got to wait until that happens so that you can raise. Okay, the other thing is that this guy's getting $2,300 a month. There's this thing about lifestyle, and it's one of the greatest thing about investing in income producing vehicles, because there's only so many days that you can go to work. Even if your job is like, look, we'll let you work 12-hour days, which mine did, that wears and tears on you. To where income producing vehicles, you take a look at something that you want to buy, something that you want to have, and it's going to cost you a bit of money. And so what you do is you kind of calculate what the payment is for it, and then you accumulate as many mobile homes as it takes to make that payment, so that it doesn't dig into your quality of life with the income you have off your current mobile homes. The reason why I bring that up is because when I was at Disney World, I loved it. I loved it so much that I was staying at a timeshare, and I knew I wanted a timeshare. As I started to think about it, on the flight back, I decided that I wanted to be part of the Disney Vacation Club, and that cost the earth. It's really expensive. It's one of the things where people basically go, well, it's not worth it. But, hey, look, here's the deal. You buy a package and it lasts for 47 years, and even if it costs you say $26,000, when you space that out over 47 years, where are you going to get, with the maintenance fee, where are you going to be able to rent a luxury condo for that kind of money? You're not going to be able to. And I'm fortunate enough to have family members that is definitely going to get used every year. Plus, you can bank it. So, as an example, if I don't use all of my allotted time for the Disney Vacation Club, I can actually roll it over to the next year. And the other cool thing is, if I want to add time, I can pull from the next year and put it into this year, so that I can take all my family, and I've got a huge, extended family. We can all go to Disney World and have a really great time. And I'm not locked into one place. I know that I want a big package. And Disney offers financing, and with a pretty hefty interest rate. And once I'm at that place, I'm going to be able to contact them and say, okay, this is what I want. What is the payment on that? And then calculate how many mobile homes I need to have to make that payment. And then I'm going to have it. I am definitely going to have it. I'm kind of thinking in the next 2 years. Sooner if I can do it. That's what passive investment does for you. If each thing that you purchase gives you a portion of income for a period of time, you're just setting aside a little bit of that income so you can purchase another one when that one is paid off, and then you start over, but you just keep building on that. Okay. Again, this is just mobile home investing versus stick built investing, but it's a real eye opener on how you can't spend equity, but you can spend cash flow. This is Wade, that mobile home guy, coming to you from the other side of the stop sign where pizza delivery fears to go. Have a prosperous day.